Our final speaker before lunch comes from NIOSH and will be speaking on the National Firefighter Cancer Registry, so really fits in line with some of the questions we had earlier. So Dr. Miriam Siegel is a lead epidemiologist for the National Firefighter Registry at the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health. Dr. Siegel joined NIOSH in 2017 as an Epidemic Intelligence Service Officer, where she worked on a range of research topics related to occupational and reproductive health, workplace violence, firefighter fatality surveillance, and wildland firefighter safety and health. She now works as part of a team developing National Registry of Firefighters to evaluate cancer incidence and risk factors within the U.S. Fire Service. So please welcome Dr. Siegel.
Thanks, everyone. I know you're very hungry. I know lunch is right around the corner. I do hope you got some cheese cubes during the break. I promise I'll be brief. If we could pull up the slides, please. Thank you. So I am Miriam Siegel. I'm from the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, and I've been working as part of a team developing the National Firefighter Registry, which you've probably heard about previously and from several speakers this morning. So the National Firefighter Registry, or the NFR, was developed with legislation passed called the Firefighter Cancer Registry Act, which called for the creation of a voluntary registry of firefighters to collect information on cancer for monitoring cancer incidence and risk factors across the country. There are four main components of the NFR. The largest component is for us to collect self-reported information voluntarily from firefighters that participate across the country through an online web portal. For some participants, we'll also be collecting supplemental incident and exposure information from records, and we'll be linking the information collected in the NFR web portal with health outcome databases like the state cancer registries that Dr. Lee mentioned before, as well as death records from the National Death Index prospectively over time. And then in the future, we'll also be working with external researchers to share de-identified information to maximize the impact of our data that we collect. So the data we collect can be used to evaluate a variety of topics related to firefighter cancer, such as how much cancer and what types of cancer are we seeing among firefighters, and how cancer risk varies by different groups of firefighting, including different subspecialties of firefighting, as well as different demographic groups of firefighters, how it varies with the use of different workplace practices and control interventions over time, with increasing exposures like those from major events, as well as how does it vary in conjunction with different personal and non-occupational risk factors for cancer. And we can also observe different patterns in workplace practices, health behaviors, and other chronic illnesses using this information. So the most important bullet on this slide is that the NFR will be open to all firefighters. It's not just those for cancer. It's a firefighter registry, and we're collecting work information from participants that decide to sign up regardless of cancer history. And participation is key to make the NFR a success. We need firefighters from all over the country, both active and retired, from structural, wildland, volunteer, all sorts of backgrounds to participate. I encourage you all to access our communication resources on our website, which is cdc.gov/NFR. And we've got a dozen more communication products in development. We've got several videos that were posted online that do a great job explaining the design of the NFR as well as data security. And we've got fact sheets and brochures that can be distributed to your departments. As I mentioned, enrolling in the NFR will be simple. It'll be online and accessible to everyone that visits the website. It'll involve account creation, completing a user profile, and an enrollment questionnaire, which might take 20 to 45 minutes. Over time, there'll be voluntary follow-up questionnaires, and as I mentioned, some supplemental data linkages from certain departments that we're able to work with to provide incident records and other exposure information. As I mentioned, we'll be using data collected in the NFR to link with state cancer registries and the National Death Index to collect and monitor cancer diagnosis information and cause of death for everyone that participates over time prospectively. And as I mentioned as well, we'll be working with external collaborators in the future to maximize the impact of the data we collect through data sharing of de-identified information collected in the NFR enrollment platform. So this is kind of our a bird's eye view of our plans. Right now, we're between the starting line and data collection. Our national launch has not yet been kicked off. However, we are in the midst of a soft rollout piloting process of several departments that are participating, as well as some of our stakeholders and collaborators we've worked with to get them enrolled. So already we've enrolled over about 250 participants in the NFR, and we've heard some great feedback that we're incorporating into improving and finalizing the final version that'll be launched nationally soon. Following enrollment and data collection, we'll be matching with state cancer registries and conducting our data analyses. This is a process that is supposed to be long-term and be of use to researchers in the fire service over time. We do hope to enroll hundreds of thousands of firefighters, both active and retired, to make this as big and diverse as possible and to be able to answer as many questions as we can. So with that, I'll end. Here's our website again. We have a general inbox, and I've also listed my email address here, and I'd like to acknowledge my other teammates, some of which are here today, as well as all the colleagues and collaborators we've worked with, many of whom are in the room today. Thank you for your support.